This is a response to Papa Gut's video titled Ryan Beard Broke Def Noodles, published on May 7th. Now, this isn't a takedown. It's not a call out. It's not even really a response in the way people expect online. I'm not here to argue, and I'm not here to win. I want to speak plainly and carefully because I think something deeper is happening, something spiritual, not just social. See, I don't see Papa Gut as my enemy. I don't have any animus towards him. And I don't think trying to win this situation would solve anything at all. In fact, I think that's exactly what the forces at work in our culture want. To bait us into conflict, to pit us against each other, and to keep us so distracted by drama that we never stop to ask what's really driving it. See, there's a cultural and moral rot in our society that's slowly eating away at our sense of humanity. It's a system that rewards outrage, incentivizes cruelty, and turns people against each other. Not for truth, but for clicks. The internet has made it easy to weaponize an audience, to tear someone down for attention or money, and to feel justified in doing it. I know that system well. 3 years ago, I was a part of it. I benefited from it. I made a lot of money from it. But at what cost? What does it mean to choose a side in an invisible war just because it pays well? What does it mean when we sacrifice a piece of our soul each time we trade someone's dignity for engagement? When we reduce people to content so we can feel important for a few more hours? Honestly, what are we doing? We live in a culture that promotes a cycle of constant humiliation of our peers for the most innocuous reasons. Criticism has gone from being a vehicle for reflection to a blanket excuse to sharpen our knives and attack anyone we deem worthy, often out of jealousy, envy, or sometimes just plain cruelty. And I don't think I have to explain this to any of you because you know it. You feel it. Every time you log into social media looking for that quick dopamine hit, you get it. And with it comes its immediate inversion, the shame, the anger, the bitterness. It creates a self-fulfilling loop of misery and self-destruction. It's a sad decay in a time with so much potential, but it's also a subtle reminder of the weakness of the flesh and how true human aspirations should transcend the worldly. The reality is we've been sold a lie, one of the oldest and most artful lies in history. The enemy has convinced us that today is better than yesterday has ever been, that we've evolved, that we're more enlightened, more advanced, more moral than those who came before us. Are we really that far removed from the same cruelty that built empires on human suffering? From the spirit that fueled Jim Crow or the Barbary slave trade, or the countless moments in history where pride and power crushed truth and compassion? Or have we just repackaged the same darkness with sleeker language and brighter screens? Maybe the real deception is that we now celebrate our decay because we've stopped seeing it for what it is. And out of all the shocking things we witness every day online, maybe the most heartbreaking is how willing people are to destroy their own spirit for a brief moment of visibility. This is a culture of separation, of inflicting pain for sport. We may not have the Roman coliseum anymore, but the instinct remains the same. Only now, instead of watching Christians torn apart by lions, we watch people tear themselves apart, mind, heart, and soul, for likes, applause, or fleeting attention. And the crowd, ironically enough, still cheers. At least in the Coliseum, something sacred was preserved in the spirit of those sacrificed. The martyrs who suffered with dignity, like St. Ignatius of Antioch, torn apart by lions, left behind a testimony of faith and a courage that still endures to this day. Online, there's no such memory. You can be crucified and forgotten in the same hour. There's no account, no aftermath, just a tidal wave of noise that buries everything under the next controversy. As Jesus said, "Do not throw your pearls before swine, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you." And yet, that's exactly what the system demands. The constant offering of ourselves to be consumed, discarded, and replaced. Because the truth is, the warfare hasn't disappeared. It's just gone silent. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's in the heart. It's in the timeline scroll. It's in the passive agreements we make every day with whatever's trending. It moves quietly, numbing our senses, dulling our convictions until we no longer recognize the pull toward destruction for what it is. It's never been more evident that our adversary prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. This war isn't loud, it's subtle, and it takes real discernment just to feel through the static, to remember what it means to be human again, to remember that you and the person you're stacking at the virtual cross both have souls. I grieve for this world. It hurts to see the misery hiding behind all the contemptuous laughter. Gen Z is going to inherit this world, and they're hurting. They're dying, sometimes slowly, sometimes by their own hand. They may end up fulfilling the Z in their name in ways we never imagined. Birth rates are falling, cities are becoming unlivable, AI is on the verge of replacing millions of jobs, and starting life buried under mountains of debt is going to feel like an even heavier sentence than it did for us millennials graduating during the Great Recession. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the goal is to train an entire generation to find comfort in the soft glow of a screen, to numb their instincts just enough so that when devastation hits, they won't rise, they'll just give in. Because anything is better than this, right? Well, that's the lie. That's the setup. And it's working. But I refuse to accept this. Not because I'm brave or strong or even particularly hopeful some days. I refuse because I have no choice. My faith won't let me. Because I know there is one greater than me. And he will come to save me. In fact, he already has. If I could only put into words the beauty of Christ, I think I could change every heart in the world in just one moment. But that's not my job. It's not mine to reveal. It's mine to obey, to follow. Just like it is for you. That's all it takes, a choice. It really is that simple. And once you make it, just like that, the war's over. The darkness lifts and your spirit is stronger than you ever thought it could be because it's not your strength anymore, it's his. And the great thing is, while the internet demands public humiliation as a ritual to satisfy the one below us, the one above moves in private. He reaches people quietly, without spectacle. He tears down the false gospel of this age. And he walks in the opposite direction of the mob. That's how you know you're not alone. When you make it through something that should have destroyed you and you can't explain how. That's because he was carrying you the whole time. He didn't demand a performance. He didn't ask for a crowd. He saw you. He loved you. And he told you to go and sin no more. So if you're watching this, thank you. I love you. I really do. And more importantly, he loves you too. And as for Papa Gut, I love you too, man. You freed me in a way I don't think you'll ever be able to fully understand. And I'm grateful for that. I wouldn't be where I am right now without the part you played in all of this. And that's kind of amazing when you think about it. Anyway, I hope you have a terrific day. Peace.